Chosen one, listen to me closely. I am here, speaking as a messenger of light, carrying words that were placed in your path so you would not stumble in the dark. This message did not arrive by accident. You were guided here because you have been questioning love, questioning people, questioning why certain relationships keep falling apart or never reach peace. And I must tell you the truth, God has been protecting you. He has been shielding you from harm, even when you thought you were losing love. Even when your heart cried out, "Why is this not working?" You did not fail. You were being preserved. You were being saved from something you could not yet see. There are signs that God has placed before you. Signs that reveal when He is protecting you from a relationship that is not for your highest good. Today, I will show you 4 of these signs. I will open your eyes so you no longer confuse rejection with protection, so you no longer confuse heartbreak with punishment, so you finally understand God has been fighting for your heart long before you asked Him to. The first sign is silence. When someone disappears from your life without clear reason, when the communication suddenly fades, when messages stop coming and attention turns cold, you feel abandoned, you feel unworthy. But chosen soul, this is God stepping in. He allows silence because if words continued, you would stay attached to what would wound you deeply later. The sudden distance is not cruelty, it is rescue. That silence is heaven, closing a door before you walk into fire. You may be tempted to chase, to beg, to demand clarity, but the truth is, clarity has already arrived. It came in the form of absence. It came as a wall you cannot move. And if you listen closely, that wall is whispering, "This is not your path. You are being spared." The second sign is disunity in spirit. You may love someone's smile, their presence, their charm, yet every time you speak about the deepest matters of your heart, there is a clash. Your values do not align. Your visions do not align. You talk about faith, and they dismiss it. You talk about dreams, and they discourage them. You talk about kindness, and they mock it. Do not take this lightly. God allows your spirit to feel unrest because He knows that love built without unity will collapse. A relationship that fights against your soul is not protection, it is destruction in disguise. So when you feel that quiet ache inside, when you notice your joy shrinking around them, that is not you being too much or too sensitive. That is God reminding you light cannot stay where darkness refuses to change. Disunity is protection, not punishment. The third sign is delay. There are times you pray for a relationship to grow, for commitment to arrive, for stability to take root, and yet, month after month, year after year, nothing moves forward. It feels as though you are standing still while time is slipping away. You ask yourself, why is God not blessing this? But beloved, delay is often divine defense. God stalls what you think you want because He sees what you cannot. If this relationship were to advance, it would bind you in sorrow later. So He stretches time. He holds back promises you imagine will come through this person. And though the waiting hurts, it is a shield. He is saying, not this way, not with this one. Delay is God building a barrier between you and heartbreak that would crush your spirit. Do not curse the slowness. Give thanks that you are not tied to the wrong destiny. The fourth sign is heaviness. Pay attention, chosen one. When a relationship brings more confusion than peace, more tears than joy, more questions than answers, this is not love in its divine form. It is a warning. God's love is not the author of torment. So when you feel drained every time you engage with them, when your laughter feels forced, when your heart feels small in their presence, you are not imagining things. That heaviness is your protection. It is God's way of making sure you cannot rest in something that would destroy you slowly. The weight you feel is not punishment. It is heaven shouting, this is not love. This is not safe. You must let go. Chosen soul, hear me clearly. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Not every spark is meant to grow into fire. Some people are lessons, not lifetimes. Some connections are only meant to awaken you, not accompany you. And God, in His mercy, will always protect your path, even if it requires breaking your heart for a moment. He would rather let you cry for a season than let you suffer for a lifetime. I know your heart longs for love. I know you have prayed, asking God, when will it be my time? And the waiting feels like rejection. But it is not rejection. It is direction. It is preparation. It is love, guarding love. Because when the right soul arrives, you will not question their silence. Their presence will be consistent. You will not fight to align values. Your visions will walk side by side. You will not feel the delay of endless stalling. You will feel steady progress. and you will not carry heaviness. You will feel light, freedom, and peace. So trust this truth. If God removes someone, it is never to leave you empty. It is to make room for what is holy, what is safe, what is built with His blessing. The hand that takes away is the same hand that delivers abundance. The door that closes is the same door that protects you from storms inside. And the love that feels delayed is the love that will not betray you when it finally arrives. Lift your head, chosen one. Do not mourn the loss of what was never meant for your soul. Do not curse the silence, the disunity, the delay, or the heaviness. These are not curses. These are shields. They are the fingerprints of God, proving that even in your most painful heartbreaks, heaven was standing guard. You are not unlucky in love. You are divinely protected. You are not abandoned. You are safeguarded. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And one day, when the right love arrives, you will look back and give thanks that God said no to every wrong door. You will see that the delays, the endings, the unanswered prayers were not cruelty. They were kindness. They were love. They were divine intervention written in ways your heart could not yet understand. Chosen one, hold on. Trust the guidance you now see. Remember these 4 signs. Silence is protection. Disunity is protection. Delay is protection. Heaviness is protection. And above all, know this truth. God's love for you is too strong to let you settle for what is not worthy of your soul. You are being guided, guarded, and prepared for the love that will honor you, uplift you, and stand with you in the light of God. Your story is not over. The right chapter is still being written, and when it arrives, it will not just be love, it will be peace, joy, and divine alignment. Until then, trust the protection, trust the signs, and trust the one who loves you more than anyone ever could. Chosen one, let me take you deeper. You have listened to the signs, but now you must see how these signs are living in your own story, because God does not send messages that are empty. Every word I speak carries a mirror, a reflection, and if you look closely, you will find yourself in it. Think of the silence you once faced. Do you remember the person who suddenly stopped speaking to you, leaving you in confusion? You wondered if you did something wrong. You wondered if you were not enough. But what if I told you that their silence was God's voice? That in their absence, God was whispering to you, this one was not sent to stay. Now I ask you, has God ever spoken to you through silence? Have you ever been protected by a door that closed without warning? Comment and tell me, because your story is also a testimony for another soul who is searching for clarity right now. Let us move to the second sign, disunity in spirit. Think carefully, how many times did you try to bend your values just to make someone comfortable? How many times did you silence your faith, your dreams, your truth, because you thought love was compromise? But beloved, compromise of the soul is not love. It is slow death. God will never require you to shrink to be loved. He will never require you to dim your light to keep someone close. So when your spirit felt crushed in the presence of another, that was not a weakness in you, it was divine protection. Can you see it now? Tell me in the comments if you have ever felt your spirit in conflict with someone you cared for. Your voice will help another chosen one realize that what they are feeling is real, and that it is God's shield, not their imagination. Now, let us look at the third sign, delay. Delay is one of the hardest signs to accept, because it tests patience, it tests trust, it tests faith. You prayed, you waited, you held on, and still nothing moved forward. But child of light, delay does not mean denial. Delay means God is building protection around you. If you let things move faster, you would be tied to something that was never meant to hold you. Delay is like a wall of time that stands between you and pain. Have you ever been in a relationship that never progressed, no matter what you tried? Do you see now that it may have been protection, not rejection? I want you to reflect. Could it be that your unanswered prayers were answered in a way you did not recognize? Share your truth below, because your words may heal another broken heart tonight. And the fourth sign, heaviness. You know this one deeply, because the soul always remembers what it felt like to carry love that drained instead of filled. Every time you smiled, it felt forced. Every time you hoped, it felt fragile. Every time you tried to rest, your spirit stayed restless. This heaviness was not love, it was warning. It was the divine pressing on your heart to say, do not stay here. This is not peace. Beloved, real love will feel like home, not like a battle. It will bring calm, not chaos. It will feel like freedom, not a cage. So I ask you, have you ever carried the heaviness of a love that was never love at all? Write it in the comments if you are ready to release it tonight, because the moment you speak it, heaven begins to heal it. Chosen soul, you must understand, God's protection does not always look gentle. Sometimes it looks like heartbreak. Sometimes it looks like rejection. Sometimes it looks like delay. But behind every no was a greater yes. Behind every ending was a new beginning. And behind every tear was the promise of a future joy. You are not walking alone. The very angels of God have been surrounding you, holding you back when you would have rushed into danger, pulling you forward when you were afraid to let go. This is not weakness. This is divine strategy. Now, I want you to pause and reflect. Which of these signs has God shown you recently? Was it silence, disunity, delay, or heaviness? Speak it, because when you recognize the sign, you stop fighting against it and start flowing with it. And when you share it, you remind someone else that God is still speaking, still guiding, still protecting. Beloved, the time is coming when you will no longer ask, "Why did this end?" You will say, "Thank you, Lord, for ending it." You will look back at every door that closed and see clearly. If it had stayed open, it would have broken you. But instead, you are whole. Instead, you are wiser. Instead, you are free to receive the love that will not harm you. So tonight, release the idea that loss means failure. Loss is not always loss. Sometimes it is divine exchange. Sometimes it is heaven trading what is harmful for what is holy. And you, chosen one, are too valuable to be left in harm. You are too loved to be abandoned. You are too precious to be wasted on what cannot honor you. Now I give you this invitation. If you are ready to embrace God's protection, write in the comments these words: "I trust the signs," because trust is the key that unlocks peace. And when you declare it, you align your spirit with heaven's flow, and every angel around you will strengthen you, lift you, and prepare you for what is to come. Do not fear the silence. Do not resist the disunity. Do not hate the delay. Do not ignore the heaviness. These are not punishments. These are the 4 shields of God's protection. And if you have seen even one of them, rejoice, because it means heaven is watching over you, guiding you, and preparing you for a love that is true. Chosen soul, your story is still unfolding. The best chapter is not behind you, it is before you. And when it arrives, you will know, because it will not carry silence, disunity, delay, or heaviness. It will carry peace, clarity, progress, and joy. This is what God is saving you for, and this is why He has been protecting you all along. Chosen soul, lean closer now. The message is not finished. You have heard the 4 signs, but you must see how these signs weave into your own destiny. Because the truth is, protection is not always recognized in the moment. It is usually revealed in hindsight. And today, heaven wants to help you see clearly so you stop questioning yourself. Stop doubting your worth and start trusting the guidance that has been with you all along. Let us return to the silence. How many nights did you sit, staring at a phone, waiting for a call that never came? How many mornings did you check your messages, hoping to find a reply that wasn't there? You blamed yourself. You thought maybe you were too much, or maybe not enough. But beloved, silence is never a measure of your value. Silence is often the hand of God, removing distractions, removing false promises, removing people who cannot walk with you into the next chapter. And I ask you, have you ever been saved through silence? Have you ever realized later that the one who went quiet was actually the one who would have hurt you most? If this has been your story, write it in the comments. Silence was my protection, because someone else scrolling through these words needs to see that truth written, to know they are not alone. Now reflect on disunity of spirit. This is one of the clearest protections, yet one of the hardest to accept. Because the heart wants what it wants, even when the soul is uneasy. Have you ever felt that pull, where your body was present, but your spirit was restless? Where you tried to agree just to keep peace, but inside you knew the path was wrong? That unrest inside you was not weakness. It was your inner compass, placed by God, warning you that your light could not live in their shadow. The clash was not there to frustrate you, it was there to free you. So I ask you now, have you ever felt that quiet resistance in your spirit around someone you cared for deeply? Type in the comments, "My spirit knew," because when you admit it, you not only honor your truth, but you also help another chosen one trust the signals of their soul. And what of the delay? Ah, beloved, this one cuts deep, because you prayed, you invested, you waited, and yet nothing shifted. Every step forward seemed to turn into 2 steps back. It felt like wasted time. But God wastes nothing. Every delay is a wall of mercy, blocking you from tying yourself to someone who cannot carry the weight of your destiny. Delay is a shield dressed in patience. It is heaven saying, "Not yet, not with them." So let me ask you, chosen one, have you ever seen a relationship drag on for years with no movement, only to realize later it was never meant to lead anywhere? If yes, speak it below. Delay saved me. Your story may unlock clarity for someone still standing at the door of delay, not realizing it is locked for their protection. And now, the heaviness. This is the most dangerous of all, because heaviness blinds. When your spirit feels tired, when every interaction leaves you drained, when your joy begins to shrink, it is not love you are holding, it is burden, and love was never designed to weigh you down. Real love lifts, real love frees, real love expands your spirit, not shrinks it. So tell me, have you ever walked away from someone and instantly felt lighter? Have you ever noticed that leaving their presence brought more peace than staying? Write it now in the comments. I chose peace over heaviness, because when you say it, you strengthen another soul who is still afraid to let go. Chosen one, pause and see this clearly. God's protection always carries purpose. The silence, the disunity, the delay, the heaviness, they are not accidents. They are tools of heaven, carefully placed in your path so that you are not destroyed by what looks like love but is not love. Because God knows the weight of your calling. He knows the size of your destiny, and He will never allow the wrong hands to hold your heart. But now, the question becomes, are you willing to trust Him? Are you willing to let go of what feels familiar in order to embrace what is divine? Because protection is only powerful if you honor it. If you ignore the signs, you invite the very pain God was trying to shield you from. So I ask you, are you ready to trust the signs this time? If you are, type it boldly. I trust God's protection, because that declaration is not only for you, it is a prayer that echoes into the unseen, strengthening your spirit and releasing angels to guide your steps. Hear me, chosen soul. The pain you feel today will one day turn into gratitude. The unanswered call will become a testimony. The broken plan will become a story of divine redirection. The loneliness you endure now will be replaced with a love that carries peace, alignment, and joy. Do not despise the season of protection. It is the soil of preparation. And from that soil, a love greater than you imagined will bloom. So tonight, as you reflect, I invite you to speak openly. Which of the 4 signs has God shown you most? Was it silence? Was it disunity? Was it delay? Was it heaviness? Comment your truth below, because when you share, you do not just free yourself, you become a light for someone else who is searching, confused, and hurting in silence. Your voice may be the very key that unlocks their healing. Chosen one, take courage. The hand that protects is the same hand that provides. The God who says no to wrong doors is the same God who will open the right one in perfect timing. And when He does, there will be no silence, no disunity, no endless delay, and no heaviness. There will be clarity, there will be alignment, there will be progress, and above all, there will be peace. Trust the signs, trust the process, trust the one who has never failed you. You are protected, you are guided, you are loved. Chosen one. Before you go, hear these last words. You are not here by accident. This message reached you because heaven wanted you to remember. You are loved, you are guided, and you are never walking alone. So carry this truth with you. Every silence, every disunity, every delay, and every heaviness was not rejection, it was protection, and your future will prove it. If this message touched your spirit, let your voice be heard. Comment the sign that spoke to you most. Your words will not only honor your journey, they will help another soul who is searching for clarity tonight. If you want to walk this divine path with me, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on the bell so you never miss the messages heaven places here for you. And if your heart feels moved to support, you can share this video, like it, or even send a super thanks. It helps this light reach more chosen ones around the world. Remember, beloved, you are protected, you are prepared, and the love meant for you will arrive in God's perfect timing. Until then, stay strong, stay faithful, and stay in the light. I will meet you again in the next message. Peace to you, always.